What's up, YouTube? Alright, so we just got the, we got 2 coats of Kills. Yeah, you can see a few spots look like it's thicker than it really is, but it's not really that bad. Well, kind of maybe. I'll roll that out in a minute. But we got two coats of Kills latex, or I'm sorry, Kills oil-based primer done in the trailer. The walls are done all the way up, all the way down, I should say, to the top edge of the Raptor liner. And then once this cures, I'm going to give it a 12 hours. Well, I'm going to probably do it tomorrow. I'm not doing it today. I want to give it a full 24 hours to sit and kind of just air out a little bit. What we're going to be doing is putting a coat of polyurethane satin over this to seal it in permanently. And then we'll be done with the painting. We're going to keep it white. This is flat. This is a flat. Well, you can't tell it's still wet. I just literally put the roller down. So we got our Raptor liner is in. A few more days and it'll be 100% cured. The painting is done. As far as putting the actual paint down, the last step in here will be, oh, see, I got a little bit of paint on the, there you go, paint on the trim, the aluminum trim going around the top, but I'll wipe that off with mineral spirits. That won't be a big deal. I'll wipe down all the aluminum that's got over, I call overspray on it, and then we'll be okay. Got a few dribbles and dabs on the Raptor liner, but it's not a big deal. I mean, it'll wear off eventually because that's going to be a high traffic area in here anyway. And this is just my paper just to keep most of the paint spatters down to a minimum. And then once we get the poly done and that gets a full day of dry time, we'll hook the electrical system back up, get the 12 volt and the 120 volt system back up and running, and then we'll be ready to start putting the workbenches and stuff back in here. And we'll get all the beauty trims back on, the outlets, we'll get them back in, and then as far as the interior trailer stuff will be done. And then we can spray the ramp door with the Raptor liner. And then that'll be good. That's already polyurethaned and ready to go. It's just got to be sanded and wiped down with a tack rag. And then we'll spray that. We'll mask off some of the trailer. And then we'll spray that with the Raptor liner. I still have a little bit left out of the kit. And then whatever's left over after doing that, we're going to spray the tailgate on the truck. So then all I have to worry about is the rest of the bed of the truck. And then we're going to do the flatbed trailer. We're going to probably polyurethane that, seal it and get it ready, and then we'll start spraying the flatbed too. And I kept the warning labels intact as per the manufacturer. Okay, I thought that was bowed in, it's not. But as you can see, oh yeah, we'll get the vents in place too. We'll return the vents back in. There's a cap that goes over that. These are just driving vents to keep airflow in the trailer as you're going down the road. There's another one in that corner right there. But that's the latest update. Not really a whole lot. It stinks in here. I'm gonna be dizzy and seeing pink elephants if I don't get out of here. So I'm gonna get out of this trailer now because it stinks. I'm gonna leave the ramp door open for the day. And then tonight before it gets too cold, I'll just swing it up and close it to keep critters out. And then, yeah, and we'll poly this tomorrow. Once it's polyed, we'll give it a full day to cure. And then, yeah, we'll get the electrical back in and start building the workbenches in. Or, well, at least returning the workbenches back in and then start laying everything out as far as that goes. And then I could spray the ramp door. Because I'm using the ramp door right now for access. And then once that's sprayed, we'll leave that alone and we'll start using the side man door over here. We'll just start going in and out of this door instead once it's polyed. And then, because I'll spray the ramp door will be good to go. So that's the latest update. I think it turned out pretty freaking amazing, if you ask me. I'll step back here. We'll get just my 2x4s holding the paper down. Well, there you go. Because time will truly tell what the Raptor liner does. In the end, I'll have to adjust that light. It's kind of sitting a little funny. All right. We got the power and stuff back in. Trailer's done. Trailer's done as far as any painting is concerned. We got the power back in, the trailer electrical's hooked back up, and the 120 volts is hooked back up. We got the power on actually in here, so we got the lights on. Right now, I got the door shut. It is a little breezy, and it's rainy today. It rained all night last night. Nothing but it was shitty weather. I apologize for that air compressor running in the background. It was just blowing all the crap out of here. You can see there is some paint blotches on here. I got some paint on the floor, a little bit of dribbles. But, you know, it is what it is. It's supposed to be used. That stuff will eventually wear off. That'll wear away eventually. I know it will. If I can't get it dirty, because I already got it dirty. I've been in and out of here setting the power up. Got the 120 volts back in, like I said. And it's just very simple setup. You can see here's the big ass cord that they gave me. This is, I believe, 10 gauge. And the wind is picking up too. Holy shit. They said it was going to get really windy this afternoon. And then, bam! So, yeah, we got the 120 volt system back in. I got the power coming in from the garage through this stupid ass adapter. I hate these things. I think they suck. They're useless. Look at it, doesn't even go in, and I've squashed that as hard as I could without busting the plug, and it just won't go in all the way. So this sucks. But I don't keep it hooked up when I'm not in here. I usually unplug the other end of the extension cord. And they gave me, I believe there is 16 feet of this. Because it just goes to the end of the trailer. So there's probably closer to maybe 18 or 20 feet here. But there's a couple of feet that are locked inside the trailer. So 20-foot cord, I believe, maybe 18. But it gets me out to the end of the trailer. I just don't want to leave this outside yet. Because I would like to put a power inlet box as opposed to this type of setup here, because this is, I don't really care for this. I was expecting a power inlet box, but that's not what I got. I got one of those in the floor plug things. So I'll eventually change that. I'm not worried about that right now. It works for what it is. Once this is set up to run on solar and all that fun stuff, then it's not going to matter. But we have our lights and our outlets. This is capable of carrying 240 volts. There is another lug in there for these two spaces here. So in all essence, I could have 60 amp service, 30 on each side. But I don't need it at this time. I'm just going to leave it set up with what I got. I may do that later on after I get the power inlet box on the bottom of the trailer set up. Maybe. I don't know yet. I still haven't figured it out. But we got the power hooked up for the outlets. The switches, they're all back in. Everything's done. All the vents are back in. The trailer electrical here. Let's go through this. This was a freaking disgrace in here. This is the breakaway system, the battery for the breakaway system. So this has to be in here. This originally was mounted down here. I just brought it up because I think it looks better up here, and it keeps the cable management a lot cleaner. And I took a picture of it where all the wires went before I dismantled it so I could make sure I hooked it back up. But I did reroute the wires a little differently. Originally, this wire for the breakaway battery system came in through this side when it was down here. But it just looks sloppy. So I moved the breakaway system up top, and I ran it through the top grommet here. I just took the plugs and swapped them. And then I just kind of cleaned up the wiring a little bit so it's a little smoother It's a little more straight on. It looks better. It's not so mishmashed in here. And they have a splice terminal in here for the breakaway switch. This goes down to the switch on the tongue, and when it's pulled, then it closes the circuit between here and the electric brakes and sends full 12 volts to the electric brakes and locks those tires up. Maybe not lock them up, but it stops the trailer in a hurry. So that's working. All the lights are working. I've tested everything. I plugged it into the truck, turned the key on, turned the lights on, turned signals. Everything's working the way it should. So we're good there. So now the only thing that's really left to do, since I got everything all painted, everything's done. As far as painting goes, I'm friggin' done with painting. I hate painting. But that's done. So we got the trailer is back to the way it was from the factory with a few changes. I actually straightened that box out. It was terribly crooked when I got it. Like, it was kind of like this way. So I straightened it up a little bit. It still looks a little crooked to my eye, but it's not. It's level. I measured from the floor and everything, and it's pretty good. It's close enough. I don't give a fuck. It's going to be behind the cabinet anyway when I'm done. And let's see, what I'm going to do is put the workbenches on this side in the toolbox. And then above the tool workbench, I'll have the pegboard here. But we'll get into that a little more once I start getting into that. Freaking mosquitoes are out. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Right now, I don't have anything else to really get the leaves out of there. I don't really have anything else to share. Yeah, you can see these are not on at the moment. And there, see, there's the orange wire. Orange wire only controls the fans. And there's the ground. I do have to close these because the wind is picking up and the rain. And I really don't want to... I'll get those leaves out from inside. But yeah, see, there's the other orange wire. Comes in there. I don't know why the camera's not focusing. And then for the dome lights, as you can see here, and that comes through. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the brown. And that's the ground. So, yep, that's it for now. That's all I really got to say. I mean, eventually these fixtures are going to be changed out for LED. Just not at the moment. I want to get in here and get this mobile and working the way I need it to before we change anything drastically. Oh, there's the door. The wind must have blown it shut. But yeah, that's done. My footprint's on it already. It's okay. And now we're going to seal this thing up tight so the wind and rain don't get in here. And then be done.